what has happened to the Republican Party? I'm not a bleeding heart liberal over this, but what has happened to them? I mean, you've had all these presidents, and there is a phalanx of political, people who want mainstream right of centre politics. So what has happened to the Republican Party? What's it all about? What's going on?
The Republican Party is in such disarray right now. And this is 1968 all over again for them. They are Chicago, and Chicago was the Democrats. They were Miami, and they were just as divided. And they had riots everywhere. This is right after the shootings of Martin Luther King and Bobby Kennedy earlier in that year, and the country was literally a tinderbox, just like it is in some respects today with these white nationalist Trump supporters that are just going crazy.
I mean, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because there is an argument for a political area for right of centre politics, and they seem to have abandoned that.
Well, they've gone full UKIP.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got these extremes. I mean,
and nobody has the guts to stand up to that wing of the party.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. I mean, the Tories don't even have the guts to stand up to UKIP because they think at some point in time they may actually need them. If you look at how quickly the denunciations come, they come from Labour, they come from the Lib Dems, they come from, it's same in the U.S. The denunciations of Trump and violence come from, so it makes sense from that perspective, but you've got a candidate who, and let's play the tape now because you'll understand. He has threatened basically that if he does not get the nomination, that his people will riot.
I think we'll win before getting to the convention, but I can tell you, if we didn't, and if we're 20 votes short, or if we're 100 short, and we're at 1,100 and somebody else is at 500 or 400, because we're way ahead of everybody, I don't think you can say that we don't get it automatically. I think you'd have riots. I'm representing a tremendous, many millions of people. If you disenfranchise those people and you say, well, I'm sorry, but you're 100 votes short, even though the next one is 500 votes short, I think you would have problems like you've never seen before. Well, I think bad things would happen.
It's truly astonishing that you would have the presumptive nominee of a party, the leader of a party, that unsure that if he doesn't get his own way, he's going to incite his people to riot?
Yeah, I mean, listen to that. He knows that is a possibility. Yeah. He knows, doesn't he, that the establishment may stop him becoming the nomination. Yeah. I mean, in some ways, obviously I don't endorse what he's saying there in any way, but in some ways you have got some sympathy for him. If he secures the number of delegates, he gets the nomination, and then is stopped by the establishment, Republican establishment, or whoever, then that is not good. It's not good for democracy. Awful to promote pricing, but there is an argument there that's wrong. It shouldn't happen if that happens.